My name's Dean, Dean Engle, and I am on the audiobook team for this year's Toyon.
Now, how did you come to be associated with Toyon? How did you first join? Who first told you about it?
Basically, I had no idea coming to HSU, and then in one class, Dr. Stacy told us, hey, there's a Toyon release party tonight. No idea what that was, but my friend and I went, and that was kind of my first experience with it. And then I saw that was offered, so I wanted to, I just wanted to do it. I like the idea of getting actual publishing experience before I graduate.
Were you a writer or interested in writing before joining Toyon?
Yes, I was. I didn't know I didn't know it was a student-run class, but I knew it existed, so I submitted to it. And then I realized it was actually like a class I could take.
Would you say you had any relevant experience towards writing or publishing beforehand? Did you have any kind of journalistic intentions or experience?
I worked on the yearbook in middle school, and I wrote the middle school newspaper, if you can call it that. It was mostly a word search, but that's about it.
Now, how exactly do you determine what you'll be working on in Toyon?
At the beginning of the semester, we made a list of different projects, and then everyone talked about what they were interested in, why they were interested in it. And last semester, actually, we were brainstorming what that list of projects would be, and I was on a team that we suggested doing an audiobook. And I was the only person left this semester who, from the original semester, was there to do it. And so that's how that kind of came about.
What do you think what would you say is the impact of Toyon on not only the students, but on the community surrounding Toyon?
I think it's really empowering to see a student-run journal that is almost entirely student-run. And that's not to say anything about our professor, Professor Adset, who is fantastic. But just know that the students are actually doing it, that sends a really good message, especially when the message is promoting social justice and environmental justice. And the fact that that's what we choose to focus on, I think that says a good thing about the student body of Humboldt as a whole.
Would you say that your career path or your plans for after graduation have changed as a result of being associated with Toyon?
Maybe not changed, but I feel as though I could actually do something now. Like, beforehand, I would look at the white pages, and I'm like, not qualified for that, not qualified for that, not qualified for that. And I'm like, okay, I'm semi-qualified for this now. So that's the big thing for me.
So you'd say Toyon developed several marketable skills for you so that you could actually go out and get a job with real-world, salary and benefits?
Exactly. Like, I went from... I was looking at a job recently, and they said, must know InDesign. I'm like, I know what that is now. I wouldn't have known that a semester ago.
Awesome. Now, what would you say is your personal favorite work or story being while spent at Toyon?
That's a good one. I think it would have to be just a friend of mine. They were feeling like really down on themselves, and they called me like right before the publication deadline, and they're like, "Can you please, like, I don't know if I want to submit this. Please read this over. Tell me if I should submit it or not." And I read it over, and I'm like, "Okay, if you make a couple edits here, I think it's really good." And then they did that, and they got published like immediately. Like they were one of the first ones we chose. Not that I chose them. No conflict of interest there. Just to clarify, but. It was so happy to see that. And now, if you look at our, I don't have it with me, but we have bookmarks now, and one of their quotes is written on a little bookmark, and that's just really cool to see.
Let's see. Is there anything else that you have on your mind that you want to say about Toyon that you would say to a friend or prospective student who might be interested in joining Toyon?
Mainly that it's more than just writing and editing. There's marketing and multimedia stuff, and now we have an audiobook and a podcast. And I think people look at it and say, oh, this is just an English thing. And it's so much more than just that. It's whatever you want to make it. And I think, career development-wise, if you're interested in publishing or just professional studies in anything related to English, it's incredibly helpful.
Awesome. I think I'll wrap it up there unless there's anything else that you want say about Toyon or the collaborative process or anything that's just on your mind?
Just basically that you meet some people who you know are going to do better than you, and that's awesome.
Would you say that pushes you to do better work, being surrounded by people that do high quality work?
Oh yeah, the person you interviewed right before me, Erica, I'm like, she is going places, and I want to go there with her.